Everything's slow motion now.
I know. Follow you on which direction and
Everything's slow motion now.
I know.
Everything's slow motion now.
I know. Follow you on which direction and
Everything's slow motion now.
I know.
Everything's slow motion now.
I know. Okay. And Summer, was she in her bathing suit?
Yes.
And
We're going to listen to Summer at the horse pond. I downloaded these clips because it's funny. If Summer was wet and sitting on pillows, when did they change her into her sweatsuit?
how did she get in her bathing suit? Or,
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
okay.
So it was just
When we left, I think she had shorts on at first.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had shorts on because her mom put her bathing suit on her.
Okay. Where did she put her bathing suit on her? Do you know?
Inside.
In the house.
Yes.
So she changed her in the house.
Yeah.
Did she take the clothes with her?
Yeah.
Miss Allison, do you know?
no.
Okay.
I don't remember.
She was dead asleep in the bathroom.
That's fine.
Yeah, Candace says she changed Summer before she left the house. And H says that she changed Summer in his bathroom once they got there after dropping Grandma off at the hospital.
That's fine. So she changes her clothes here and she takes her clothes with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happened?
Small and thin, not so hot.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay. Did she change clothes?
Yeah, I changed the clothes because when I have the windows down, it could be 100 degrees. I'll have all the windows up. Roll up the window, mommy, I'm cold. And she not be cold, but I still do it.
Is that part of Summer's
That's
personality?
just Summer.
And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
The Summer, is she always too hot or is she always too cold? It can't be both.
Probably in the 80s.
Okay. So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the
No.
AC on or
I
off?
don't like AC.
Okay. Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right.
So her mom, and Summer walked down the path. That's her story. Let's listen to what H has to say.
All three of you together.
Yeah.
Where's Grandma at this point?
She was still in the car because she had a call to get her phone turned on.
Okay. Whose phone is she using?
She's using her phone.
Okay, but it's turned off.
No, her phone's not turned off. I
Oh.
was saying, like, it's not turned all the way off. Like, there's, like, no minutes to it.
Got it. So she's got one of the, like, burner phones.
No.
Truth Finder, I believe that. I believe there was multiple vehicles. And I think they put Summer on a boat because a woman who worked at the horse stable said they got on a boat that day. So it makes you wonder.
She has a
Minutes to
straight
it.
talk. She has a straight talk phone. She had to
Got it.
call straight talk to put money in it.
Got it. She's in the car. You're with Candace. Summer's in the water.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll hold on to my shoulder so
Okay.
she doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're kind of escorting her down here.
Yeah.
And is Summer ahead of
Yeah, Dawn said her swimsuit was kept in the Suburban. I watched him when he said that. That's a fact. I think that's why they got rid of the Suburban. But Miss Kathy has it. Kathy the friend. Yep, Truth Finder, they actually said they got on a boat. Well, think about it. She drops her mother off at 8 in the morning. She goes and she picks H up. That's both their stories. And then they go back and they pick up Grandma. So they didn't get home till about 2:30 per their own statements. 6.5 hours. What did they do for 6.5 hours? That's a lot of time to fill your day up, because they both talk like they didn't stay at the horse pond long. But there's 6 hours there, and that's not even talking about once they got home at 2:30, 3 o'clock, for their statements.
You were behind
She's
you.
right here in front of me.
Okay. Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
So walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here. I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow because of my mom's knee.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Was out the car with Summer, and supposedly the kids went to work with the father, and so
Now you say the kids. Who are the kids?
Wyatt and Josie,
So the boys.
yeah, the boys.
Okay, went to work with Dawn.
That's what I was told. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And so
So where's Waylon? If the two boys went to work with Dawn, where was Waylon?
Wyatt and Josie,
So the boys.
yeah, the boys.
Okay, went to work with Dawn.
That's what I was told. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And so
He was just playing right here.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is. I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said, yeah, she said it's fine for a little bit, because I guess his grandma was coming over or something she don't like.
So Allie was still in bed that morning. Supposedly, allegedly.
I don't like her either.
no, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay.
And KFC. No, it's up by Long John Silver's.
Okay. Okay.
So you're going to notice, he says, now she's sitting on the passenger side, talking about Grandis, where she was sitting. And he points at Leslie Hill, who is now deceased, no longer with us.
It's like right across from it.
And where's Grandma sitting in the car?
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay.
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Car.
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay.
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay. And where are...
So was Leslie Hill with them that day? Is that who was sitting in the middle up front? Is that why she was at the interview when Chris came to interview him? To make sure nobody said nothing, and she interrupted any time and talked about dumb shit too that didn't pertain to Summer. What Candace did in Walmart, we didn't give two shits about.
Are you and where is Summer?
Summer was sitting on the, like, okay, so you know how there's like 3 seats in the back?
Behind Grandma or behind Candace?
Oh, she's sitting in the middle of it all.
And why is she sitting in the middle at this point?
Because I asked to sit on the side because her grandma just got out the hospital and she was like, let me sit in the passenger seat. I said, okay. So I sat behind her mom.
Okay, got it. So then what happened? She goes and buys cigarettes?
And
who gets out of the car?
Just Candace.
Just Candy? Do you call her Candy?
No, I call her Candace.
Candace?
Yeah.
Okay. Is her nickname Candy though?
No, that's her mother's nickname.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Candace gets out.
She goes grab cigarettes. She buys a puff bar. She buys
a what?
A puff bar. It's a little nicotine vape.
Got it.
I don't know if everybody else knows that.
What if it was Waylon in the car that people seen that day and not Summer? Makes you wonder. Because he places the two boys that work with Dawn, which would make sense why Dawn went to the shed first to unload the boys. But where was Waylon? And why didn't we catch when he said Grandis wanted to sit where she was sitting and he pointed at Leslie? And it disturbs me to know where did they change Summer from her wet clothes because she was sitting on a pillow to that jogging suit that we see in the milk jug video.
But it's a nicotine.
Got it. What color was it?
It was black and purple.
Okay, was there a blue one?
Blue one? Yeah, that one was hers.
That's hers?
Yeah, because she got a blue Skittles one.
Okay, then what happened?
And then she bought the Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea. How many?
Just one.
Just one? And bottle or can?
Okay, it's a can. If I could get a...
See, he's not sure here. He knows Twisted Tea has to be put into the story. And we know that Candace came and talked to him after he was interviewed by the TBI. So you can see here, his story is not put together iron tight because he's using this all tactic.
Picture real quick, I'll show you what it looks like.
All right, go ahead.
It's a whole can, if I'm correct.
You doing okay, bro?
Yep, too.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I ain't even worried, to be honest. I just know that they have to have done something because she did not walk off of that property. That's all I know. Twisted Tea. I just yawn so much for no reason.
He yawns so much because people do that when they're under high stress.
Stay up all night. That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. So let me show this. Oops. Man, oh man, I'm not the smartest tool. There we go. Right there, Twisted Tea in a yellow container.
Now, does everybody know who these two are? Tony Hammond. He's the guy who tried to take the kid off the lawnmower, the 12-year-old boy. Even chased him all the way up into his house. And then Dobbs. Listen to what Candace says about these two individuals for the day that Summer went missing.
Like, for instance, that Dobbs guy that was supposed to be camping across at my neighbor's house.
Right.
He was there that same time, and then Tony Hammonds, whoever the hell he is, he was down through there.
Who was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
Makes you wonder if they took the Suburban, how many of these people were loaded up that day. Also, grandma's truck. It just makes you wonder. Because a birdie told me, allegedly, the reason they didn't name the other person, they said there was another person with Tony Hammond when he tried to take that 12-year-old kid. But the other person allegedly didn't know what was going on. But a birdie told me that was H in the truck with this guy. This was done 6 days after Summer went missing, this attempt to steal another child. It just makes you wonder if he's involved, because he had no problem in broad daylight trying to steal a little 12-year-old boy.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that. I gotta stop. I can't do no more. I gotta have a cigarette.
So this is the article. The Kingsport man behind bars after an attempted abduction in the 3900 block of Skyland Drive last Thursday, according to police, which was June the 21st. Kingsport police charged Tony Hammond, 58, with attempted especially aggravated kidnapping, aggravated burglary, and simple assault. The investigation revealed that a 12-year-old boy was mowing his yard when a vehicle drove by, said Kingsport police. The vehicle returned soon thereafter, pulled into the driveway, and an individual got out that vehicle, approached the boy, ran toward him, yelled, "Come here, boy." And then the boy actually ran away. And the guy, chased him into his garage, through his garage. The child got in the house, and the subject actually tried to gain entry into the house forcibly, but was ultimately unsuccessful in doing that. The child's mother was in the house. She threatened to call police. Of course, she did call the police, but we heard that threat. Then he fled the area before we got there. We, of course, obviously conducted a full investigation, searched for the suspect, able to identify him. Hammond was arrested without incident 2 days later on Saturday, Patton explained. It's crazy. Yeah, Sherfy. Yeah, his dad's the one who said, "Oh, they're putting him into it just like they put him into the Boswell case." Why would his dad say that? Yeah, Susan, he was gone, by his words, on the 14th is when they ran him out. But when did this happen to Summer? Because Hunter said the two oldest boys went to work with Dawn. So was the youngest with Candace, and that's the one they think was Summer? Yeah, me too, Victoria. Good evening. Hello. No mention of another person. Oh yeah, I didn't clip the whole article, but it's there. You can Google it. This would also explain why it's taking a long time and why we get no updates. Too important, too many involved. These things take a while to bust up. Yep, they're probably going to do the RICO Act, like some organized crime. That's what I've been thinking all along. Could it be in the smallest boy mistaken for Summer? Well, yeah, both their heads were shaved. There was a reason for it. Yeah, but I wonder, what is that proof alive? Is it one of the neighbors who may be involved called it in and said they seen her that day? Or do they have video? Or did they just see a bald, a shaved head kid in the vehicle? I mean, it's just thoughts. I don't know either way. I'm just wondering.
Tell me about Summer.
Tell you about.
I want to know about Summer.
She's a happy little girl.
Okay.
She's the best little girl anybody could imagine. Just like, well, I don't really want to say her name,
Yeah, don't say her name.
but you know, happy-go-lucky. Nothing ever brings her down hardly.
Mm-hmm. Today's a tough day for you, I can tell.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's been tough lately.
Tell me about that.
Well, every time I look around, I see her face.
Okay.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
Well, help me understand when you went home.
She don't know what else she can tell you about her 5-year-old daughter, Summer. There's got to be a lot more to her. We all know she was a beautiful little girl. We see her smiling in some pictures. But what else about her? Then she loves her dad and she can twirl. You would think she could tell you all about that child. Her favorite color, what she likes to eat, her favorite cartoon, who her favorite parent was, who her favorite brother was. Before and son was on the road, boy and girl, by a maroon. Yeah, by the metal place. It makes you wonder if they got away, the littlest in Summer, the littlest boy, and was trying to get help. How tragic would that be? That somebody tried to call it in, but they weren't saved. That would be horrible. Well, every time I look around in the story or edit, I'll finish playing.
Home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch that moment.
Okay.
It's just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record.
Okay.
Instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, did you catch it? She like, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get for handing Grandma the camera.
Yeah. Well, I was driving though.
Okay.
And I was like, did you put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang.
I applied to get the incident report, but they only released FOIA requests to Tennessee residents. So it would have to be a creator in Tennessee, I guess, that could get that information. It's got to be out there since we heard it on the dispatch call.
And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down, but her arm was up most of the time like this.
Right.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up. She got up, I unbuckled her, she got out of the car. We went and grabbed the boys from the house to come help us with the groceries.
Yep.
Because I always have them come help me do something.
And now, who was home when you got home?
My 3 sons.
Okay. And how old's your oldest?
He'll be 13 in September.
Okay. So was he babysitting?
Well, technically they weren't really. They were watching TV and sleeping at the same time.
Okay.
And I was just going to run out for a second, and we never even planned. I didn't even plan for Hunter to even be with us that day at all.
Got it.
He just called and was like, "Want to come over for a second?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come over for a second, but I got to get right back to Mom." And that was all it was a quick second thing.
Got it.
And he's like, "Mom, can I go with them?" I'm like sitting there shaking my head like this, and I was like,
JLR probably has somebody there who's helping him get that information.
I don't care. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
You know, I didn't even think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I always take them kids. Every time they call me and ask me, come get me, I always come get them because their mom don't do nothing with them.
So when a suspect says "and then," it could mean that they are trying to recall events that happened before or after a specific event. It could also mean that they are trying to create a story that fits the evidence against them. However, it's important to note that this phrase alone does not necessarily indicate guilt or innocence. So what do you guys think? They really didn't explain where she changed into her sweat outfit. And her bathing suit was changed at Candace's or at H's house. No one knows what the red spot is on Summer's belly. Ellie must be concerned, I hope. Yeah, they should be concerned why that's there and why she has a black ear and why she has purple fingernails. Confusion is on purpose. Yeah. The bathing suit change thing is very strange. Great live. Oh, thanks, Crystal. Yeah, because remember, she was supposed to be sitting on a pillow because she was wet. Nobody really explains how did she get out of the wet clothes into the sweats. We know that Dawn says that spare outfit was in the Suburban, but nobody said where it was changed. We see it was changed, but where? That's really bothered me. I have a huge problem with it, and they acted like it was planned, but then says it was just waiting for the RX to be filled. Yeah, and why the call about touching the kids? And then for JSB to say drugs were being sold at 110 so children can be sedated and touched. Even changing into was weird. I swear at the start of this case, Candace said she changed Summer at H's. They can't keep their stories straight. But you seen H was struggling just to say that twisted tea was bought for him. He knew he needed to say something. I don't think he was aware of what exactly, so he was struggling. So he bought him some time, like, let me show you exactly I think it's a can, but I'm not really sure. Who even knows it all? Very confusing. No, all we can do is guess and listen to their words. I mean, everybody wants you to be factual, even when you're stating an opinion. So the only way to be factual is to listen to the suspects in the case tell their sides of the story. But they're not the same. And they struggle to get out simple details that you should know right off. And where was Grandma sitting? She was sitting where she was sitting. Points right to Leslie. Yes, Lady R 2.0. I don't know why I didn't catch that the first time around. I believe that what JSB said. She was mad and didn't understand how badly it would look on her. Nope, she was just wanting to make sure the world knew about Andy. JLR talked to the horse stable. And I wonder if they told him what the one lady told me. WJHL or whatever the channel is, or Molly's channel. The crushed soda was strange as well. There's a lot that does not make sense. Oh yeah, he had to think about the orange soda, just like he did the milk. Like he should have known the milk right off. And the soda would have been up his ass. And the Skittles. I don't know how you could miss that unless you were sitting up front or in a different vehicle. No, it don't, Beth. Hunter also says 3 seats, the Suburban. Bingo. Yeah. Well, and Dawn said that outfit was in the Suburban. Grandma's car transported Summer and transported Jose. So much centers on Grandma. Yeah, and she got the hell out of there when her daughter needed her the most. So was H sitting behind Candace or Grandis? He said he was sitting behind both. Milk, soda, pillow, count of stores and timeline, the bathing suit. Yes, and nobody stacks milk that way. No, there. If you zoom in between the box and the milk, there's even something else in there to make sure that milk stayed in place. Wonder if they're going to do press conference June 15th. Makes 2 years. I hope so. I hope arrests are made. Really, that's what I hope. Why Grandis leave so fast? I think guilty knowledge. That's my opinion. Anytime somebody says they were asleep during a case when something crucial is happening, that's red flags. Or the pillow they said Summer sat on. I don't know. Hopefully the cops got it. But somewhere, if it happened that day, she changed clothes. Can't wait if grand jury brought down indictments. Me either. Beth BK has the pillow for some odd reason. Oh, he does? Grandma manufactured alibi for everything, including seeing the blue van. When questioned further, she was asleep. Grandis had zero issues talking to the media about Rose. Now she is hushed, saying she had a hard time with it then. But everything I see does not depict that to be true. Nope. I just know Grandis doesn't act like a grieving grandmother or mother, in my opinion. I think an arrest is coming. I know Ellie doesn't want to give a second-year press conference. Yep. She was extremely vocal for Rose. Oh yeah, and she joined and helped out in groups, the support groups for victims. Wonder how much money she collected for Rose's case. Yes, Susan, it should be. We don't know. He was driving. It makes you wonder if there's two vehicles in play, the grandma's truck and the green Suburban. No, she don't care. There's something wicked about her, because even H said that, and then his mother gave him a weird look, and then he quit talking so bad about Brandon. Goodbye, Marshmallow. Yeah, Susan continues in jail too. Then changed it. Yeah, I don't know what Marshmallow was talking about. Did he say middle? Okay. See ya, Marshall. Yeah, I don't understand. They're a fake marshmallow. It seems like something has changed. They're suddenly speaking like they have hope that she's alive. Such bullshit. Yes, Brandon. Hunter holds the key, I believe. I believe so on CM's court. Marsha's a professional troll. Allie kept trying to talk to Andy. Candace kept trying to talk to H about events. They are all involved, in my opinion. And look how many people have passed away since this case started that has connections to that hill. 5 people. Were they all accidents, or were some of them set up that way? If everyone remembers, Drew was in a gang and Hunter had to take the car to get the kid in. Hunter took the car with the kid in. Yep. And then who did Hunter live with? Leslie, after all this. You can't hear me? Let me change the audio. Can you hear me better now? You sure did. I also heard that Grandis was not supposed to be alone with the kids. Has anyone heard this? I want more info on this. Yeah, she wasn't allowed when the kids called to talk to their mom. She wasn't allowed to speak to them. Does the buzzing go away? Does it still sound like my mic got loose? Try to edit the settings. Is it still buzzing? Late nephew stabbed drug with drug transaction and money. Sort of does. Is that any better? They all know what happened this summer. They all meet in jail. It's cleared up now, but I don't know if she has this on mute or not. You take the original TikTok swimming video, the whole original video, slow it down, little at a time. Summer has her sneakers on at one point in the water. Yeah, I've seen that. She was a witness in that homicide. Now the buzzing's back again. Lovely. Oh, I hate this time. Is that better? If you take the original, yeah, she was a witness. Now the buzzing is back again. I'm so glad you've seen that too. Yes. Now on Daisy Channel, she found a pic of some girl at airport saying it looks like summer. Yeah, that came out 2 years ago. How can you tell if it's summer or looks like summer? The little girl had a mask on. Cool. I had to tweak the settings. My daughter wears sneakers and we go swimming in certain places, like where people fish. Good, I'm glad. From beginning of case, debunked. Now that just cleared it up, whatever you've done. That was good, I'm glad. Yes, but now she says it's summer. Yeah, it's not summer. They sent it to TBI in the beginning. As I recall from court docs, the car chase started at a gas station and ended in her driveway with the homicide. They went somewhere. They were somewhere for 6 hours that morning and 2.5 hours after they got back, if they got back at 3 o'clock the other night. I don't think that was summer at no airport. You cannot see the girl's face, just the side of the girl. If she was tall and had blonde hair, don't mean it's summer. Never saw the face on the girl. Right. Well, LOL, Summer never had shoes on. I was so mad when I seen the pics of Dawn fixing the house with the no clothes baby with no shoes on, beans and stuff. She was too. Yeah. No matter what happened, everyone knows more than what they're saying. That's a sure fact. I don't believe it was Summer either. Now I'm talking about the homicide involving Leslie Hill's nephew. Yeah, wasn't he a tailor? And then now his friend is with, or one of, I should say, Marlena's brother is with his ex-wife. Sound finally went away. I can hear you good now. Good, I'm glad. That is annoying. I went and listened to my video either, but that's what I heard the whole time. So hopefully we got it adjusted good now. So, what does everybody think about the Lori Daybell case? That evil woman, she couldn't portal her way out of her courtroom the other day. She's so used to getting her way, but she didn't get it yesterday, did she? Fred Hill's mom died. Wow, when? Mom. That woman is maniac. Oh yeah, she should have to sit in there and look what she did to them children. I could not believe they took the DP off the table. I know, because if anybody deserves it, that woman does. I think she knows her lawyers aren't fighting very hard for her. She's a piece of work. Well, they tried to get her to go back to the jail so she didn't have to see her dirty work. Will you still consider going over the interviews with Jeff Bobo and Don? I love the conversation here and the lack of trolls. Yes, Amy. I dug them out too. I'm gonna do him too. I am stunned she even asked to leave the trial. One of her cellmates probably told her she could. She is pure evil. PA messed up, that's why. Yep, they didn't get the evidence in time, so the unalive penalty was thrown out. Judge didn't buy her BS. No, because he thought she should look at her dirty work too. But I believe she had a hand in it. I know people don't believe what Donna Serafina said, but if you look what she did that reading 4 months prior, and so far everything she said is facts. I don't know how she knew that. That is the craziest thing to me. Shocking that 4 people were involved in those murders. Include Denise Melanie because the attempted murder of her ex, an initial alibi. Oh yeah, her and the other Melanie and that um, retired cop. Oh, I can't think of his name. Mo or whatever his name is. Mao, that's his name. Something Mao. Sick family. Denise must have gotten a plea deal. She recorded the call with Lori. Someone said she edited her vids. Mommy B was, so was Gib. I believe that too, Crystal. There were so many people involved, but I wonder how many other, yeah, Jason Mao, that's it. How many other people were unalive that was related to that big group, not just the ones they've got on trial? Donna was saying the law recognized her in the case. Yeah, Pet Pug Mom. We'll see by the time the trial's over. I told TBI they should just talk to the detective Hermosa from this trial, from the Daybell trial, because she was dead on. Yes, and he was the grave digger, probably a hot man with all those silencers. Yeah, Lori thought she was a trans something being. I don't know if she was such a powerful person. Her and Zulema. Why hasn't Zulema made an earthquake to break Lori out of there? Or why don't Chad teleport from his porta potty into Lori's cell? Hidden True Crime has so much. If anyone needs refreshers, they have interviews with so many people. I told them the same thing. Yeah, I'm just so shocked how dead on that Donna Serafina was. So far as to know that Alex Cox, after taking JJ and putting him out there on Chad's property, went to the Mexican restaurant and ate. Them are all facts. How would she have known that? Because that's not even a day they surveyed him, but they know because his phone pinged there that he sat there and ate tacos after burying that baby. I'm just astonished. Only thing I can say is she talks to spirit. The amount of weapons they found scares me. Yeah, and even finding a gully suit so they could run around in the woods and nobody and then be camouflaged in there. So I wonder if all that stuff was there when Charles got unalive. I guess they didn't find them until they got to the apartment. So. So what do you guys think? Give me a 1 if you think they're going to find her guilty. A 2 if you think that Lori's innocent. Brandon testified that Melanie wanted to be just like Lori. Yeah, that's frightening because were her kids going to be unalive too? Absolutely, she does. I do too, but I'm more afraid that Donna is. Spirits cause sleep paralysis a lot. Yeah, I believe they're going to find her guilty. And yes, after the pics they showed, no one can unsee that. Yeah, poor both of them. And they both, they say, must have fought like hell because JJ had bruises all on his arms. And Tylee, they was unrecognizable. I just wonder why they put a blanket in with JJ. Somebody was feeling a little heartbroken. Unless they were just trying to get rid of some evidence, so they just buried it with him. There's a special place in hell for them, for Lori and Chad, for Latisha, for the West couple. They're all sick. Why aren't they calling them serial killers if they plotted to unalive multiple humans? They should be, but they're not even allowed to bring up Charles because nobody's been convicted of it. So the jury doesn't know about Charles. She honestly caused me to have to run out the door to get sick. That's how much evil she has inside her. Oh yeah, you can see in Lori's face, she looks pure evil, especially during the prelim. It looks like there's another thing inside of her. Like she looks like two different people. But I don't feel sorry for her one bit. Just like Jaqueline and Trezell, they should hang them up by their toes and make them tell where them two boys are. It's awful not knowing. And then today, that lady who threw her baby into the dumpster, she had her trial. I can't think of her name right off. So many going on all at the same time. But it does say that in the Bible. Did you know they had ties to Ogden? Why are these people that are Mormon crazy? But yeah, and one of Candace's friends that worked with her at the carnival has a connection to Bakersfield, California. And Leilani. Yep, Leilani too. Yes, that is when it happened. She was doing all that smiling and stuff. I agree about Jacqueline and Trezell. Yeah, just, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Daryl Coggins. Look him up. He lived in Bakersfield. Find that strange. I can't handle that stuff. I don't like to think about what people are capable of or have those images. I'm a lightweight. No, it's scary to think that they walk among us, that it could be one of our neighbors, and you just don't know it. But if I would have ever seen any of my friends' kids or neighbors' kids with heads shaved the way that Summers was, I would have been calling. But somebody did call. Ghost Adventures has man episodes in Ogden. It's like the land is evil. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, Lori and Chad, weren't they? Was that Seventh day Adventist too, or just Latter day Saints where they went? Never heard of that, but I'll look it up now. Yeah, these cases, these mothers and foster parents who are supposed to take care of these children because they were took from an awful environment, to hear the state say it. And then these evil people get in touch with them. Makes you wonder if that was planned from the beginning. Yes, that is why I question Robin's judgment if she did not call CPS. I don't trust Robin either. In my opinion, she's drinking the same Kool-Aid. Because you remember when Benny said that while he was there, Robin came and her husband called and was mad that she was over there because she was lying to him about it. I just do not understand how any person cannot have compassion and love for their children. Right, your own flesh and blood. It's unfathomable. So much religious extremism. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to find out what happened this summer from law enforcement. I'm praying so. I heard Robin was from Waco. I haven't looked into that, but I can tell you a lot of the characters in this crime, I'm going to call it, in my opinion, have all lived in the same states at the same times. California, Texas, Tennessee, Florida. It's crazy, even Georgia. And Utah. Lovely Utah. Where even a head sheriff got arrested for being a sicko to children. You know, how far up does it go? We've seen them catch judges, lawyers, cops, even an FBI agent. I really want to find out who Don worked for in Utah. I'm wondering if it's on one of, if you can pay to get his background. I do feel like it was planned, yes, Robin is problematic. The fact that she has anything to do with Tim Mullins is gross. And yes, a lot of Waco people did go to Eastern Tennessee. Yeah, and there is some cult. I can't think of the name. It's like an Oriental guy who bought land there. They say a religious compound. If they're involved with that, with him in any way. I feel we will have answers in mid-July. I think the 2 years will be up and parental rights taken, then conviction for C&D. Yeah, I believe the children are probably have, or may have already told, in my opinion. I just wonder why the two youngest are separated from the oldest. That's what the rumor is, that the oldest is living in a separate place. That's not a coincidence. Yeah, I don't believe in coincidence. That ranch by them on Beach Creek, the owners are from the same town Dawn is. Well, I didn't clip it, but if you go back and you listen to the interview with Hunter, he said his girlfriend's mom, and then he changes it. Someone he knows lived down the road from Candace. So does his girlfriend's mom live down the road from Don and Candace? And is that, did he get dropped off there instead of back at his house that day? Because they were all at the park supposedly together. Does anybody know where his girlfriend's mom lives? Because he damn sure said it. And I wish I would have clipped it. I guess I could go back and flip it. But that's really makes you wonder. Did they ride back in another vehicle? I don't know. It's just a thought. And since I've been watching Killer Looks videos, it really made me wonder when I heard that again. Or Crystal, did they go like out in the woods where that fire pit circles at? Or did they go to the building that people from the play, I can't think of the name right now, their building before it got changed and sold? Couldn't hear you, the GF Light Hollow. Oh, the girlfriend parents live on Light Hollow. From what I've heard, don't know how true it is, the old boy was trying to keep the two youngest brothers quiet and not say nothing. Linda, and that would make sense why they separated them. Lamplight Theater, yeah, to that place where they had a swimming pool, and that building was sold not long after Summer went missing, too. Like days. Instead of girlfriends at 7:30. Yeah, it's something we should think about and have Killer put that on his map that he's been doing. It was sold that week or day, yes. Yeah, so I wonder if the cops searched that building. And since Candace went past to go to that gas station, it just makes you wonder. Daryl's sketch in this case. Yeah, the truth isn't hard. They say they've not changed up their statements, but as you can see, they do change what they're saying. It's really crazy. I guess I still have something left on my video. I see lots of holes in what they say. I think it's a Fed investigation and charges at 24 months. Got something to tell you, little tidbit, Crystal. Yeah, I'm wondering because you don't see them out there searching. You don't see no movement, nothing going on. Like Harley Montgomery, aren't they looking for her in the swamp? Honestly, I think it's the answer that makes most sense. The last one with Summer. Yeah, 'cause Candace left the property 2 times too. It really does good to go back and listen to stuff. Every time I go back to Chris's interviews, I pick up something new. As you learn, it helps to go back. It makes pieces fit. Yeah, the more you know, the more that when you go back and look, you're like, wow. I was seen at the other, looks like a church deacon, but creepy personality. Yeah, I'm just praying that they put charges soon. But on the other hand, I remember that in that one small search, there was a U.S. Marshal. And then that kid from just bothers me from Carroll County, Virginia, that here we are almost 7 months and not a word, not a peep, nothing. Not if it's the child's male, female, none of it. And why would Fed still be involved if accident? I don't know. You would think if it was an accident, they would have just come clean that it was an accident. That's why they call them accidents. I was trying to remember who said there was 2 open CPS cases between Allie and Candace when Jose was there. I couldn't remember who said it. Oh, I don't know. I know Allie's mother had one, and she had to go to court for child abuse. Yep, Summer does need a hero. It's weird. I think their change of behavior is a good sign that something is coming. Yeah, or they got a good coach. Wonder if that baby could be Clyde Daniels. I don't know. But you would think that his parents would have been notified, his dad. You would think something would be out by now. It's really weird because they usually reach out to the community if they don't know who the child is. Really creepy about Allison and David. Yes, prayers for Summer. And Sherry said CPS accused her of giving grandkids drugs, but she said it was Candace. Yeah, and come to find out it was her, allegedly. And then didn't Allie lose custody of her kids, too? Friends, I still want to check Hawaii trip dates, church event. I can't get over the length of the hair and the not knowing the color of the hair. Well, they know. They're just not letting us know. And then Jennifer comes in here. They told her that they had Summer's file. So they're comparing. Did anyone ever follow up on Sherry's case? No. But I guess we should look there. Because what's to say they weren't all chummy buddies until whatever happened to Summer, and then they all distanced themselves from one another. They couldn't get away from each other fast enough. Because you'd think if you hated that person, your kid wouldn't be going off with that person. I think David, Dee, and Robin took separate trips around the same time, possibly. Yeah, and I don't trust that David either. He's the one who popped in and popped out. Because that picture haunts me every time I look at it of Robin having Summer trying to get her to wave at David, and he's doing some motion to her, and she looks scared to death. Something's not right there, and for him to say never been there before, but then again he said he'd been there before, delivering food with the church. So either you needed directions from Robin because you didn't know how to get there, or you knew how to get there. Hello, Tiffany. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. He will stay on the top of my list. I have a group of them that I think's involved. I think we're going to see it's more than 3 people. I think it's going to be more than 5 people. And I think we're all going to be shocked at the ones that are. Because there's somebody who's got a little more sense than them that, in my opinion, is directing what's been going on. I don't know what is GL. Who put GL? Anybody? That one. Yeah, because their story is they rode together, right? That Candace had to call him to get in touch with Robin in order for them to go together because he didn't know where they lived at. Yeah, it's another couple of weirdos. I agree that we're going to be shocked. I think the director is Tiny Tim. Yeah, because somebody sent a questionnaire to old Timmy boy who threatens the YouTubians, as he calls us, and asked him how many times had he been in the loony bin, and he skipped that question. So, did some of these people meet in the loony bin? Were any of them sentenced to psychiatric evaluation? Why isn't Tim organizing a search? You don't look for something, you know where it is. Robin was at a recital for her daughter, so she wasn't available, is what has always been said. A recital where somebody was taking pictures, right? Is what she said. And then David Dotson was called by Candace, and then he got in touch with Robin. Did they ride together, or am I wrong on that? Yeah, Allie and David knowing each other for 20 years. Yeah, from Texas. That whole story is weird. Everyone in Summer's case is so sketchy. Yo, I went to high school with one of them. Ernie's another one. And he was in the Fruit Loop bin too. Tim really gets me angry, far worse than any other person. The religious stuff could just be state of mind, in my opinion. Sam said that Robin was having thoughts about Dawn and Candace, and not very good ones. Yeah, she wanted him to leave some part out because she said she was checking to see if they would tell her more. I don't know, her daughter could dance of some sort or ballet, not sure. Why him? Why not the pastor? Well, him because he showed up to the house the day she went missing the night of, and then took the boys putt-putt golfing. And then he inserted himself to make sure he did the interview with the news because he was going to play the flute every night till Summer came home. I think they arrived at the same time, but in separate cars. It can't be 100, but they arrived at 8:30. David said on Unmasked. That was when he did the interview, and off camera she questioned their innocence. But she still went up there, even knowing that her husband was pissed about it. Tim's video about his story, how he met the Wells, are creepy. Yep, and that he talked to Dawn's judge. He made sure he told us that. Robin was a couple hours behind. She said by the time she got there, she wasn't allowed to go up to the house. But he said they made it up to the house. Who left out what? You're fading. 20 years, Allie and David. What is BIBI? And it's lies because Don said he met him flying a drone more recently. Right, flying a gyrocopter. So him and Tim met prior to Summer going missing. Where Tim said they didn't. Don said they did. Who's telling the truth? And then Dotson said he didn't meet him until the day after they were holding the banner in that parade. And then he was introduced by Robin. But we know he did a play with Robin playing his flute before Summer went missing. It's documented. Yes, and Danny just learned last week. Tim. Tim met prior with Dawn flying gyrocopters, according to Dawn. And David Dotson met Robin prior because he did a play with her playing his flute. Allie must know everyone growing up there. I think Allie grew up in New York, in Greensville. Why did Tim pay people to harass people who were speculating on YouTube? Where's the money coming from? And why does he care so much? Yeah, that's a good question. A gyrocopter, laughing my ass off. I think Dawn was lying. She's from New York at the end. It wasn't Tim that made the payments. Okay, why did they end up in Tennessee? That I don't know why Allie came to Tennessee. It'd be good to check into Tim and see who he associated with. Well, I know one of his friends got a kidney, I think the day after Summer went missing. It might have been the same day, but it was close there. Maybe in the same interview said him and Chase also knew each other prior. It was the interview with Smiley. Yep. I think Chase knows more too. Yes, Crystal, he was patient all throughout that one. Who made the payments then, or can you say, TM? Who was it? Will you tell us? For sure, they like hoaxes. Truth Finder, the person taking those payments should truly speak on that, as they will still occur to this day. Oh yeah, this Summer going missing has cost somebody a lot of money, because we know people have been paid throughout this. So somebody has some deep ass pockets. The question is, who is the payer? I'm sure law enforcement have some good idea on who is taking them. Well, anyone with Facebook, Crystal? You know what they say, follow the money. Yeah, it's sick, isn't it? Money, religion, power. The three things that people are unaliving their own flesh and blood for. I don't get it. You're the one who are supposed to be protecting them. And the ones who they look to for protection are the one who's taking their lives. And then play games on the internet when they should have been out looking for their child. Do it now, erasing comment. Erasing what comment? Always follow the money. Yep, and that's the sad thing. Because are they getting the money for the drug, for a better life? This makes you wonder. Tazboo. Tazboo must have me blocked. What did he put? Hazy hunches. Hubby's break at work. He just called to step away. Great conversation. Thanks, Crystal. Go kiss your honey. Candace. Candace's Tazboo. I think I owe you an email back. I'm going to do that. I didn't forget. All right, Tim. No problem. I go back and think how bizarre this case is, seeing the horse, Harley, in a red truck going down the road during a live stream. That horse had a gate attached or something on him. Yeah, I said that too. That's a sign from God, in my opinion. If it wasn't Tim, I wonder why it was said to be. It might be the preacher. I don't know if it's the preacher. But it could be. But is it the preacher from the Seventh-day Adventist Church or the church they went to prior? On Candace's Facebook, she had posted that they didn't treat her kids well, and that's why they were changing churches. So I wonder who she was talking to back then. That was a couple years before Summer went missing. This case has just got us all hanging on our seats, waiting. At least we can see that Orrin and Orson, classic and sincere, are heading for justice. Hopefully they are convicted. Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell, hopefully they are also convicted. And old Latisha Stouch, she's sitting up there waiting for her judgment. Higher up, as Candace says. Durham Baptist, where peas go, like Brandon. Yeah, and that's where the yard sale poster said was a Baptist church. Good evening, Lip Block No More. We all love us some Lip Block. So now we just need some people sitting on a stand waiting for their judgment for summer. Well, she sleeps and lets her kids run around church, so that's ironic. Saying that they did not treat her kids well. Yeah, or did she go or just send her children? Frank was the only person allowed to search by horseback. And why would a offender be able to search for a missing child? That I don't get. When you're stopping from anybody else in the public from helping, but you let an offender help. Not just one, I think a couple were helping. I was going through the sex offender list from Hawkins County and from Sullivan, and there are so many in that direct area. It's like somebody put a flyer out saying, hey, move to Hawkins County or Bulls Gap because we got our own little bit of shit going on. That's my opinion. But there's a lot in one area. I know in St. Pete, Florida, there's a whole trailer park full of RSOs. And they publicize, come move here, we all live here. Wonder if he wore an ankle monitor. Because his crimes were done years before. And they just slap him on the hand and say, do this little bit of time and get back out so you can reoffend. Because we know 99% of them are never rehabilitated. Did you ever find out what Haskell was doing there? Nope. But he was allowed past the barricades. This makes you wonder if we're going to find out there's a law enforcement officer or a fireman or somebody like that involved. But wasn't that the other FL from law enforcement, not the RSO? No, it was the RSO who was on horseback. Yes, I don't understand that. He's the last person who needs to look for a missing child. Danny says that Haskell was going to a funeral, but I thought the funeral was on the 16th, the day after Summer disappeared. The funeral was at the same place that Dawn's mother's buried. At the White Cemetery, his father or grandfather, someone close relation. But would he have to go up Beach Creek or Ben Hill to get to it? Because I'm assuming the barricades were at Ben Hill. Do you know, Danny? But it's on the hill or near Chimney Top. I think the one I'm talking about isn't far from Dawn. Yeah, I'll have to look it up and put it on the map the next time I come on. Do the Bobo interview. Review that. I mean, each time you go back and go over this case, knowing what you know now and the way certain people have acted throughout this whole 2 years. I keep finding things. I'm sure you guys do too. It's in Beach Creek and across the road, can't remember. Yeah, there's one down by where Andy B's parents live. There's one by the road they live off of. And then there's one somewhere up there near Don's where his mama's buried. I don't know what it's called, Truth Finder. Andy talks about it because he talked about a double burial. That's where you put a body under where they're going to put a casket. I basically know that this is an organization of some kind, without a doubt. Amy, I believe that too. I think this is organized crime at its finest because there's too many people who all came on here in the beginning and all put out, made people chase rabbit holes on purpose, leading them in the opposite direction. Even TBI knows that them people called in fake tips and sent law enforcement on a wild goose chase, and they did it on purpose. That's the FBI. Yep, and you notice the card team came in and went back out. For them to go out just as fast as they came in speaks volumes. Remember Duty Ron saying while searching for Summer, they found something bigger. Yep, and what is that? And they haven't had EquiSearch come back either. Too many people yet. Hence, everyone is a suspect. And they haven't come out and took anybody off the table. Not one single person. It's Light Cemetery, but it has another name also. Yes, drug trafficking, in my opinion. Solomon's Temple. Yeah, and both Marlena and her father said something about being a sacrifice. But you don't know who's involved up there, so you don't know if that's just another story they want somebody to run with. House of Prayer. We thought maybe other bodies found. I don't doubt it, because we know 5 have died during the investigation. We know there was an older gentleman, I think it's late 50s, who went missing, and they haven't found him as far as I know. Yes, it's also Solomon's across where they had the command center, but the other name for it I always go blank on. Yeah, this case, I'm hoping that it's taken so long because they're putting together an iron tight case. I just can't understand what could be taking so long. Because as far as I know, have they gave H back his cell phone? They still haven't gave the children back. Mount Carmel. That's the name of the cemetery, Mount Carmel. We know kids just don't vanish. People just don't disappear. And why the hell haven't they let us know who that poor baby is that they found in Carroll County with 2-inch hair? We don't see Jenny in here tonight. But when she talked to law enforcement, they said they had Summer's file. Is there something stewing? Is that Summer? Or is it the little boy who went missing 20 years ago? You would think if it was him, they would have contacted his father. And he's waiting. But that blanket doesn't look like it's been there, 20 years. So it really makes me wonder. I pray about it every day that this child's found. It may be another child that is connected to this group. Yeah, and there's a lot of people dying in Carroll County. I was shocked at the stories. There was one young boy they found in a shallow grave, and the mother don't even know how he got there. Another one was on fentanyl. Then they found a family in a shed, all unalive. But look at the names of the people who run that town. It's eerily similar to what we see here. It's crazy. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let this finish playing. And thanks for everyone who's still here for Summer. We're going to keep her name out there, whether they like it or not. And I don't give a damn about their idle threats. This ain't how I pay my bills. It's not YouTube. So until next time, you guys.
There is spaces in between, and I'll be with you through the night, and I'll turn every wrong to right. Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the others, no reason to be. And my ventures, they brought me to places I've never been. But you can walk through this world without a few punches upon your chin. I think I lost you somewhere between 20 and 23. But I still hold you dear despite the heartbreak you caused in me. 'Cause you were with me through my nights, and you filled the darkness with shining lights, yeah. Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the others, no reason to be. of you now, though my memories turning bleak. I'm still walking this road on my knees, they are ever so weak. I never thanked you for putting your faith on a bum like me, yeah. And wherever you are, I think it's here you were